Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your trusted source for South African political analysis, investigative commentary, and the real stories behind the headlines. Today, we dive deep into yet another controversial twist in one of South Africa's most talked about corruption scandals, the R255 million Free State asbestos case. The National Prosecuting Authority, or the NPA, has officially withdrawn fraud charges against Moroadi Cholota, the former personal assistant to ex-Free State Premier Ace Magashule. This decision, which comes amid prolonged and failed attempts to extradite Cholota from the United States, has reignited fierce debate around the effectiveness of the NPA, the pace of justice, and the political shadows hovering over this case. Let's start at the beginning. The asbestos scandal, which broke wide open in recent years, centers around a R255 million contract awarded in 2014 to audit and remove hazardous asbestos roofs from low-income homes in the Free State. The contract, handed out during Ace Magashule's tenure as Premier, has been criticized as deeply irregular, with claims that very little actual work was done despite the massive sum of money paid out. Moroadi Cholota, a former student at Howard University in the US, was at first seen as a crucial state witness in the scandal. She was believed to possess inside knowledge about the correspondence, meetings, and payment facilitation between government officials and the contractors involved in the dubious deal. But in a dramatic shift, the NPA decided to charge Cholota as a co-accused, alleging that she played a key role in facilitating illegal payments and serving as a go-between for Magashule and service providers. According to prosecutors, she was not just a bystander, she was allegedly instrumental in keeping the money flowing and the paper trail clean. However, bringing her back to South Africa proved to be far more difficult than the NPA anticipated. Despite repeated requests to U.S. authorities and extended legal proceedings, the extradition process stalled. As of now, American officials have not finalized the process, leading to significant delays in the progress of the case. This legal deadlock has forced the NPA's hand. According to spokesperson Thunzi Moga, the charges against Cholota have been provisionally withdrawn. Moga was careful to note that this does not mean she has been acquitted. Should the extradition succeed in future, the NPA reserves the right to reinstate the charges and proceed with prosecution. Now, this might seem like just another legal technicality, but the implications are far-reaching. First, the timing is politically charged. With the 2024 general election still fresh in everyone's mind and public confidence in anti-corruption efforts already on shaky ground, this move may be seen by many as a step backward in the fight for accountability. Critics have long accused the NPA of being toothless when it comes to prosecuting the political elite, and this high-profile setback adds fuel to that fire. Second, the optics of this decision could be damaging. It raises the uncomfortable question, why wasn't the NPA fully prepared for the complications of extraditing someone from a country like the United States? Why go public with charges if you couldn't ensure the accused would be brought before the court? Was this poor planning, or was it political pressure masquerading as legal strategy? And then there's the man at the center of it all, Ace Magashule. The former ANC Secretary General and once one of the most powerful men in the ruling party, Magashule remains on trial in the Bloemfontein High Court, facing charges of corruption, fraud, and money laundering. Magashule has denied all wrongdoing, consistently claiming that the charges against him are politically motivated. He's framed himself as a victim of factional battles within the ANC, targeting him for his outspoken views and his alignment with the so-called radical economic transformation faction. With Cholota's charges dropped, even temporarily, Magashule might feel emboldened to strengthen his narrative of victimhood and injustice. But beyond the political posturing, what does this mean for the justice system? This case exposes the fragility of the NPA's capacity to prosecute complex, cross-border corruption cases. Despite years of promises, commissions of inquiry, and political declarations, South Africa continues to struggle with turning high-profile investigations into courtroom victories. The asbestos case was supposed to be a watershed moment, a clear sign that no one is above the law. But now, with key players slipping through the cracks and the public growing more cynical by the day, the promise of justice feels more distant than ever. It also raises broader concerns about the use and protection of state witnesses. Cholota was initially cooperating with the state. But somewhere along the way, something changed. The NPA's decision to flip her from witness to accused may have discouraged others from coming forward in future cases. Whistleblower protection in South Africa is already a fragile issue, this case only makes it worse. So, where does this leave us? The charges may have been withdrawn for now, but the political and legal battles are far from over. The NPA insists it is still committed to pursuing justice in the asbestos case and other instances of public sector looting. But with each delay, each legal misstep, and each withdrawn charge, that commitment will be tested in the court of public opinion, arguably the most important courtroom of all. As always, we'll keep watching this story and bringing you the facts as they unfold. If you found this breakdown informative, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into South African politics, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think the NPA is being overwhelmed by political pressure? Or is the system working as it should in a complicated legal environment? Thanks for watching, and see you next time.